What is up, guys? It is me, Real American Politics, back again with the most popular series on this channel, which is this Future of Blank series. Now today, before we start with even the video, hope you guys do enjoy this type of video. If you guys do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes. Today we are talking about the third major Sunbelt state that is considered a toss-up, according to some people. We are, of course, talking about North Carolina. Now, I will be making a future video on Texas, Nevada, Florida, and New Mexico in one video to finish the Sunbelt series. Because those four states have a or five states, I should say, four. New Mexico, Nevada, Texas, Florida. Four states have a pretty similar path. Now, I'll do the similar thing for the Deep South, most of the Northeast, etc. But you get the point that North Carolina is the last Sunbelt state that we can make a single video on. Now, people are freaking out about North Carolina. They are absolutely panicking. It's over. The orange man has costed North Carolina to the blue men, aka the Democrats. Well, before I even start this video, calm down about North Carolina. Yes, the population growth in Mecklenburg and Wake County is a major concern. And with the Democrat governor doing some demographic shifts in the state, go look up what he did with tech jobs, it's a little bit worrisome. But the state of North Carolina actually looks quite bright for the Republicans. And here's why. Before we even touch upon results, even we touch about county by county results, by census results, all that stuff, just take a look at this graph. This is a quick graph that I made in Desmos, of course, a graphing calculator that helps graph stuff. Now, you maybe ask yourself, what the hell am I looking at? And I can understand why. But this is what it is. So these little green dots represent the past results of North Carolina, all right? Like this one right here. Republicans won the state of North Carolina by 12.4%. This was back in 2004. The first number, right, 2.4, is how much they won the national popular vote by. So this is a correlation between how much how much the party won the popular vote and how much they won North Carolina the past 5 elections. You notice a clear trend. This correlation is pretty spot on. And you would have to go all the way down to the Democrats winning the national popular vote by 6.6%. Just to tie North Carolina. Obama won the national popular vote by, God, what was it? Right here. By 7.2%. And he only won the state by 0.3%. So, point is, this is a clear correlation. And you look at the just basic results, correlation, and it's quite pristine, right? Quite spot on. Republicans are probably going to lose the national popular vote by, let's say, at worst, maybe -6, right? Or, aka, Democrats win the popular vote by 6. That's probably going to be the best case scenario for Democrats in the future. Best case scenario for Republicans for the next, 12 years. Maybe you can win the popular vote by, 0.5% in a good year. Maybe by 1. Point is, if you even take the worst case scenario for the Republicans, and they lose the national popular vote by 6, they would probably lose it by 10 if it was a neocon, but point is, if they run, a Trumpist, populist, just an okay candidate, even an average candidate, you would still win North Carolina by 0.4, about 0.39. And best case scenario, you could win North Carolina by 7 or 8. So point is, even this correlation, not even talk about any of the data, just past election results show Democrats need to win the popular vote nationwide to win North Carolina. Now again, I don't think that this may hold, right? I think that North Carolina does have some intriguing trends. So in 4 years, we can, of course, update this graph. But you get the point that even just looking at the nationwide environment, they would have to win the nationwide popular vote by 6.5 just the time. So you see why this alone I'm not too worried about North Carolina. But the second part, which is the actual reasoning for my calmness on North Carolina, is, of course, the county by county results. And just look at 2020. Just look at this county map for a quick second. And you notice a clear trend. Look at all these light red counties across North Carolina, across the northeast of North Carolina. Nothing but light red. Look at the Appalachian part of North Carolina, still light red. Yes, this is closest to Appalachia. Shut up, alright? The point is, just look at this. This is 58%, 53%, 58.9%, 57%. You just look at these counties. These are not your traditional, these are the woke counties. No. This is bachelor's degree or higher. The highest county over here in the more extreme rural part of North Carolina is Buncombe County. 40.1% of residents have a bachelor's degree or higher. Just go to Jackson County. Only 30.4%. And you go to, by whiteness, 85.2% of Jackson County residents are white. Seriously? You're telling me that this county's 85.2% white and below the state average for bachelor's degree or higher. Yet you can only crank out 53% of the vote? You're kidding me. And in 2016, you only got 52.7%. So not a big increase. There's a lot of votes to be made from this extremely rural part of the state, which is right next to Appalachia. But there's one part of the state that should have everybody's eye. East of Wake County, right? This is working class country of North Carolina. East of Raleigh and as south as Brunswick. This is blue collar North Carolina. Again, just go to Hyde County. 57% of the vote Trump won here. How much is bachelor's degree or higher? 9.2%. So almost 90% of residents in Hyde County don't have a college degree. And he only got 54% or whatever it was. And yes, it's 7% white. How is that possible? Trump only got 57% of the vote in what do you call the definition of a white working class county? And even if you go to the more, black working class part of the state, like let's say Bertie County, Trump got 38.9%. Let's go here. 36.2% is white alone. Okay. But only 13.6% has a bachelor's degree or higher. You're seeing why that Republicans have a lot of ground to be made up. They can make up easy in a lot of these rural counties. I mean, just the working class part of the state. Look, they may not have the most votes. If you look at them, like, this is only 2,500 votes. But you flip just 300 votes here, 100 votes here, couple thousand here. Just flip 1,000 there, flip 1,000 there, flip 1,000 there, flip a couple hundred there. Just keep going, a couple hundred, couple thousand. You just keep going, couple thousand. Just keep going. And you turn Trump's win of around 70,000 votes to maybe 150,000 votes in this current environment. Just by actually getting the working class base out and appealing to them. I mean, this is absurd that Democrat or Republicans aren't getting 60 or 70% of the vote. I mean, in a real world where the Republican Party doesn't suck, places like Duplin County, they would get 70% of the vote. Duplin, where is that? Right here. 12% have bachelor's degree. And then here, 70% is white. They should be getting maybe 80% of the vote here. But they just botch it every single time. Now again, Republicans are getting better with messaging. Good Republicans like Jim Banks, who are blue-collar Republicans, are slowly taking over the party. And so are we. So are the Zoomers. So are the based people. We're slowly taking over the party. And if we continue the route that we're taking of trade protectionism, anti-immigration, all right, protecting the family, all that stuff, and economic nationalism, you would win places like Duplin County by 70%. You would get 70%, 70%, 70%, 70%, right? And again, I don't expect Republicans to win places like Halifax. It's still an extremely minority county. But crack 40%! This is white, this is working class part of the state. Now, before I even go with my rating for the state, people are, of course, going to worry about Wake County, Biddeford, and Mecklenburg. Absolutely, you should be worried about these three counties. Wake County is growing extremely quick. So is Mecklenburg. But where else are they going to get more votes from Mecklenburg? When you look at 2020, yeah, Biden got around 67% of the vote in Charlotte, where Mecklenburg is. And of course, he improved a little bit in the suburbs. But the question is this. Around the Mecklenburg area, how much more improvement can Democrats make? Now, I could see them improve in a place like Caribous County by like 5%. They can maybe get like 48, 49% of the vote there. Places like Union, I see that being like Republicans always win that county by 58, 59%. Gaston by like 60%. And Democrats are starting to slowly hit their peak in Charlotte. Wake County, maybe they can improve by a couple more points. But it's just, you add up the numbers, yeah, population growth is insane. But so is it a lot of the state. A lot of these counties that vote 70% Republican have some absurd population growth. So the point is, there is a lot of improvement for the Republicans to be made. And just, Democrats are just starting to max out in some places. Like Cumberland, they've completely maxed out at. And Republicans may make some serious gains there. So overall, it's not the best scenario for the Republicans or Democrats. Now, Republicans could screw this up completely and go pick a John McCain type. But I don't see that happening. So here is my rating. In a D plus 4.5 environment, Republicans in the future will win the state of North Carolina by 2 to 3% in the future. I just don't see Democrats making much more improvement in Mecklenburg, Wake County. I just don't see it. Now again, some of the suburbs, sure, they make some continuous improvement. But as of now, I just do not see Democrats making much more impact in some of those counties. Now again, population growth, sure, is a concern. But so is the population growth in the rural counties, the red-heavy counties, and a lot of those counties swung heavy Republican. So it kind of balances out somewhat. But yes, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, smash a like down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.